Welcome to the Morristown East Counseling Office. We offer a comprehensive school counseling program aligned with national and state standards. As school counselors, we are helping to create a respectful and safe environment. We want our students to feel they belong in the Hurricane family. We begin in our lobby, the hub of all things counseling. Next, you will see each counselor in his or her individual office. We want you to know how to find us if you are in need of any services. Finally, there will be a presentation explaining the services available to students and families over the course of the high school career. We appreciate the time you have taken to hear from us today.
Hello, I'm Mrs. Seals, and I have students with the last names A through E. Over the last couple of years, the Morristown East Counseling Department has made family engagement a top priority. We recognize that in order to provide efficient counseling services to our students, we must include their family systems. This slide explains some of the means of communication that we use to get important information out about what is happening in the counseling office. The first thing that we'll discuss is Remind 101. Remind is a text messaging service that students and family members can sign up for to receive text messages about important events that are happening in the Morristown East Counseling Office. We also provide them with opportunities, scholarships, etc. This text messaging service is monitored by Mrs. Jones and myself, and currently we reach 1,191 students and family members each time that a Remind message is sent out. We are also on all social media platforms. We use Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as a way of communicating this important information out to our families and our students. Finally, we offer the SMORE newsletter. This newsletter is updated bi-monthly, and it's sent out to students and parents and all the guardian emails that we have on file in PowerSchool. At this time, we are reaching 1,500 people with our newsletter. This next slide is a timeline of counseling services that are offered, as you can see, from middle school all the way through post-secondary. As you can see, these social emotional counseling services are offered based on student needs, and they are offered all throughout a student's high school career. The bulleted points that you see for each year are just some of the academic and career services that are offered by counselors. Each counselor will take time to explain some of the highlights of these academic years in the following slides. Middle school matters. Planning for high school definitely begins in middle school. Counselors use the academic career plan created by Major Clarity inventories that are taken in 8th grade. The Major Clarity platform helps match students' interests and abilities. Counselors use this information while helping students to decide on what classes they want to take as a student here at Morristown East. Students will receive information on courses available, CTE career focus areas, and high school expectations through our Raising Canes program. Raising Canes is a program that we are really proud of. It's a program that's been developed within the past couple of years, and it includes a visit by the high school counselors to the feeder middle schools, a trip to the high school for students that includes a tour of our building, a lunch experience, and extracurricular activities that are available to them. Students got to ask our current students in our building questions about their experience here at high school, They got to see some of our clubs and our athletics that we offer, and they got a full rounded experience of what it's like to be a part of our family. Finally, an information session is held in the afternoon by counselors and administrators to go over some expectations and the registration process as students move into the hurricane family. Staff members, counselors, administrators all gather in the afternoons to meet with 8th graders and their parents and guardians to complete the course registration process for high school and answer any questions that they may have. We do this, and we've created this in hopes to make the transition from middle to high school as seamless as possible.
During the freshman and sophomore years, students are getting acclimated to what life is like as a member of the hurricane family. One key service that you will hear about again and again throughout this presentation is individual student planning. Students are able to have a voice about the registration process and what their individual academic needs are. Counselors have visited storm classes to answer any questions students may have. In the spring, the counseling department hosts Moving On Up. This is a family engagement session that allows students and their families to come and familiarize themselves with high school graduation requirements, policies, and expectations. As students enter into the 11th grade, they are prepared to make decisions about what life may look like after high school. The counselors continue to provide academic advising, planning services, and career counseling. During the advising period, counselors provide career counseling opportunities by inviting college admission representatives, local industry professionals, and military recruiters to speak to students about post-secondary opportunities.
We have now come to a student's final year of high school, senior year. As school counselors, we really get to know our students during this time. We invest a lot of our time into making sure our students are ready for the world outside of the walls of East High. In the spring of 11th grade, counselors meet with each student to register for final classes and go over any requirements that are still left to fulfill. When we come back to school in the fall, counselors comb through the master schedule to ensure all students are placed in the academic and elective requirements needed to graduate. Around the beginning of September, the counselors spend 2 weeks meeting individually with seniors. During these meetings, students and counselors discuss the students' plans for after high school. If this plan includes attending college, the counselor will provide information on application deadlines and scholarships. In mid-September, the counselors host College Application Week. This is an initiative from the state to allow seniors to apply for colleges during a time that many universities waive all application fees. Seniors are connected to college representatives during our advisory period. Mr. Boland schedules college admission representatives who come to answer questions and talk to our students about college expectations. In a world without COVID restrictions, the counselors would take senior students to college fairs and college access programs offered around the Morristown area. Scholarships are a much talked about item during senior year. Mrs. Collins has developed a live document that is updated periodically with national scholarships that are available. During the spring, local scholarship applications are made available to senior students. Counselors help prepare students for scholarship interviews. In the last few years, there have been 3 Niswonger Scholarship recipients and 2 Roans Scholarship recipients. We are so proud of the hard work these students put in to achieve such an honor. The spring semester of senior year is like the final stretch to the finish line. Counselors look over diploma information applications, verify industry certifications, tally ready graduate indicators, and collect documentation of those who will graduate with honors and distinction. Some of the awards and recognitions that counselors play a part of are Who's Who, Focus on the Youth, Top 5 Academic Achievers, Honors Night, Awards Day, and finally, Graduation. Graduation is a day that is the culmination of hard work and dedication. The counselors feel a sense of pride as each student crosses the stage and into the next phase of life. Now that we have discussed services that take place during each individual school year, we want to go over a few that are ongoing services throughout a student's time at East High. Now that virtual learning and all things Google are part of our world, the counselors have created a Google Classroom for each grade level and the advisory period. We are able to push information out to students on this platform. We call this our counselor chats. In the last several years, we have hosted counseling late nights for families who may work during school hours. These occur several times throughout the school year. As school counselors, we coordinate 504 plans and participate as IEP team members. One of the biggest services we offer as high school counselors is individual student planning and scheduling. The last few items listed are special events we have held or participated as team members in the last few years. We were so proud of the success of our first annual Angel Tree this past December. What a gift to see our school staff and community reach out to help our students in need.
Hello, I'm Ms. Jones, and I'm here to go over another ongoing service that the school counseling department provides, and that is social and emotional counseling. We are able to provide this to any student in need. What that may look like is goal setting, peer friendships, conflict resolution, and mental health. Counselors help with mental health issues that create a barrier to learning, as well as crisis intervention. Some of the techniques that we use are mindfulness, emotional intelligence, and personal competence. We want students to know who they are, what they're feeling, and what decisions have to be made. When a student is in need of more mental health treatment than what the school counseling scope of practice can provide, we refer to outside agencies, as well as to two of our very own licensed clinical social workers here at Morristown East, and they are Ms. Jessie Alder and Ms. Karen Collins. For specific or individual questions, please reach out to your counselor. For the last names A through E, Ms. Sills, last names F through L, Mr. Bolin, last names M through R, Ms. Jones, last names S through Z, Ms. Collins. There are also a few people that we'd like to thank. We are so thankful for the support of our East High administration team and what they give to us every day. And also, we could not get through our day without our guidance secretary, Miss Laura Lamb. We would also like to give out a big shout out and thank you to Mr. Scott Ezel for filming and the production of this video. This concludes our presentation. Thank you for watching.